Pour moi, le café, c'est vraiment merveilleux. Si tu le vois dans l'histoire, il a déclenché la Renaissance, il a déclenché la révolution industrielle. Il a été si important dans l'humanité, mais il y a un côté sombre, tu vois. C'est le colonialisme, c'est la pauvreté, le traitement en Afrique. Et si tu vois dans un map du monde où est-ce qu'on produit le café, c'est dans les pays les plus pauvres. Alors, il y a une corrélation entre colonialisme, pauvreté et café. On doit payer le café 10 $ par pound. Je sais que c'est cher, mais c'est possible, parce que c'est la seule manière que le café se va transformer du colonialisme à une économie de subsistance, à un vrai développement familier de la base de la structure du café. Moi, je pense que c'est comme ça même. On doit partir. Révolution.
My name is Jameson Savage, and we're standing here in Iris Estate in the Republic of Panama. I'm a coffee producer, originally from the United States of America. Well, the industry has been trapped in a colonial-style paradigm, which is being shattered as we speak. And my perspective of this industry is one of astonishment, really, because quite frankly, I can't understand how coffee producers for the last 20 years, 25 years, have been selling coffee for the equivalent of pennies, literal pennies. Adjusted for inflation, in $1970, we should be paying probably around $15 to $18 a pound. So when we're paying $2, $3, $4, while that might seem like a lot, the reality is, adjusted for inflation in 1971 dollars, it's not even close to what it should be. So what does that mean for producers, farmers? It means they can't make money producing coffees. It costs more to produce the coffee than it does to sell it. So economically speaking, that's not a viable business model.
My name is Fernando Escobar. I'm a coffee producer from El Salvador. I've been into coffee for 5 generations. I'm the owner of Finca El Cerro and also Licaste. I produce specialty coffees and also commercial coffee. Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful that the price has gone up and it's quite high, but also the challenges of keep growing coffee in El Salvador have changed a lot. We had trouble with the climate. Global warming has affected us. There are out-of-season rains, droughts, and also finding labor for picking and farm work has been harder than years prior. And also there are a lot of logistical challenges. Having the high price of coffee is profitable for big producers like the ones in Brazil, and that they have the mechanical, they don't rely as much as in human labor. So it's profitable for them. But for small producers, like the ones we have here in El Salvador, Central America, our yields are so small that it makes a difference, but it's not huge. It's not going to change the way. Coffee shouldn't be a commodity, and it should not be made a commodity product, because there are many differences in growing coffee here than it's growing it in Brazil. There are different varieties, different types of coffee, and different qualities. So you cannot judge coffee. Coffee is not all the same. There are many different processes. There are too many differences to have it all be the same and to be all have the price fixed by one quality.
So my name is Adriana Calderon. I work for Odyssey Coffees. I am the sales manager. So we produce roast and export coffee to all over the world. And I also see it as our sustainable program at the company. I think the industry is collapsing as we speak because it's very uncertain. And yeah, people say the sea coffee market is high, but in reality, it doesn't work that when it's high, you are able to sell it. There's always a speculation, people are waiting, they don't know, they are replanning their prices, they are replanning their strategies because this high price is going to impact everyone.
Mi nombre es Olman Valladares, de Cafetalera Buenos Aires. Cafetalera Buenos Aires es una empresa familiar. La inicia mi padre hace más de 65 años y ahora estoy al frente de la cafetalera. En la cafetalera tenemos 10 fincas de café ubicadas en las principales zonas de café de especialidad de Nicaragua. La situación del café en Nicaragua yo la puedo definir como una situación bastante crítica. En la actualidad nos enfrentamos a serios problemas en lo que es la caficultura, por consiguiente la industria del café, ya que nos estamos enfrentando en la parte agrícola, en las fincas, con problemas que son ajenos a nuestra voluntad, como son la mano de obra. Tenemos problemas con la mano de obra, tenemos problemas bastante con el cambio climático y por consiguiente los altos costos de producción que nosotros tenemos. Todo esto nos ha llevado a que muchos productores estén viendo la oportunidad de invertir en otro tipo de negocios que sean mucho más estables, por algún lado. Por otro lado, otros productores que no pueden sostener la situación actual que les mencioné anteriormente y han preferido comenzar a migrar hacia otro tipo de cosas, poniendo la industria del café en grave riesgo. En lo personal pensaría que a corto, mediano plazo se podrían reducir en un 20, 30, 40% la productividad año con año.
I'm Alejo Castro Cale from Volcán Azul in Costa Rica. I'm a 7th generation coffee producer and exporter from both sides, from the side of my father and from the side of my mother. In my own opinion, I think high quality coffee is not a commodity. It's something that has to be evaluated as a better product and to give like a market price to that product with all the effort behind a high quality coffee. I think it's a mistake and it's not sustainable. So if we want to continue having high quality coffees, we need to give the price that the farmer needs to make it sustainable.
Je suis Christophe Servell, le fondateur de Terre de Café, torréfacteur à Paris. Et ça fait maintenant 15 ans que je voyage à l'origine et que je travaille avec des producteurs. Ce à quoi j'assiste année après année, c'est véritablement à une baisse de la production. On assiste en ce moment à une conjonction de différents facteurs qui font que la filière caféière, telle qu'elle est structurée aujourd'hui, s'essouffle. Les producteurs, à force d'être sous-payés ou de ne pas être assez considérés socialement, vendent leurs fermes. Les petits, mais les moyens aussi. Les travailleurs saisonniers qui sont issus des villages autour des plantations partent progressivement en Amérique du Nord, là où n'importe quel boulot sera mieux payé que piqueur de café. Donc il y a un véritable manque de main-d'œuvre. Et puis le réchauffement climatique fait des métiers agricoles des métiers de plus en plus incertains, des métiers à risque. Je pense même que dans certains pays comme le Salvador ou le Costa Rica, la production dite conventionnelle n'existera plus. Il y aura toujours du café, un peu de café, mais qui sont issus de fermes hautement valorisées, comme les fermes de café de spécialité. Donc, dans ces pays-là, on aura tué la paysannerie caféière. C'est elle qui fournit au moins 80% de la production mondiale, donc on se rend compte à quel point la situation est critique. L'ironie de l'histoire, c'est que l'impossibilité pour les producteurs de produire autrement que intensivement mène l'agrobusiness à sa propre perte.
Hi, my name is Marcos Fischer. I've been working in the coffee industry for the last 10 years. I'm a green coffee buyer and I'm living currently in Antigua, Guatemala. If we don't start adapting and changing the way we buy coffee, our industry is in a huge crisis.
I do believe
It's a perfect time to get creative, to think about solutions, the way we communicate, the way we buy coffee, the way we think about coffee, and the way we want to present coffee, to have a better present and a better future in our industry, to be able to really develop and do something in the terms of changing things. We need to change our mindset.
¿Será que tendré que vivir para siempre con este dolor? ¿Será que no podré olvidarte? ¿Cómo será? ¿Cómo será? ¿Será que no vas a salir de aquí dentro de mi corazón? ¿Será que no quiero olvidarte? ¿Cómo será? ¿Cómo será? Si tu amor lo he perdido, me lo tengo merecido. Y aunque no quiera aceptarlo, debo irme acostumbrando a vivir cada día sin tu amor.
Up until recently, the industry has revolved around the C market. And the C market, defined as coffee that is below the 80 mark on the point scale. And the industry itself has done very, very well over the last 25, 30 years under this model. Unfortunately, coffee really hasn't progressed from a quality standpoint. But now that we recognize that coffee has taken on a new life over the last 15, 20 years with specialty, people are asking for better coffees. They demand better coffees. But the industry, again, is still trapped in this mentality where poor quality coffee is the best business model. And why is that? It's because the margins are so wide that it's almost unbelievable. So now with better coffee requires more search for better coffees. It requires spending more for green coffee. It requires a paradigm shift. And so between the monetary system where we're creating inflation and reducing the value of our currencies and the difference with the weather patterns, the global and geopolitical problems that we're having, we are in a perfect storm for coffee. And it's not just coffee, it's other industries as well. It's other production as well. And so we're kind of at a crisis point, a pivotal moment in coffee's history that hopefully we can resolve. And I think we can.
Now the C market is really high. In our case, we have developed a long-term and strong relationship with the roasters that buy our coffee, and they have been buying our coffees at a fixed price higher than the C market for a long time. So for the majority of our coffees, that doesn't make any change. We are more protected because the way we do business with our partners, building this strong relationship with the roasters, because we have a fixed price, so we have a stability, which for a farmer is very important. I think with high prices like these ones, many coffee producers won't have the incentive to produce high quality coffees, because the C market will be paying very high prices this year. I don't know, next year. For me, it doesn't make any sense to stop producing high quality coffees, because maybe you will lose that stability in the future. I just wanted to add that for me, it's very important how in the last 8-10 years we have been making our relationship with the roasters even stronger, with better communication, and that is what I think is giving us some stability to be able to produce coffee for many years to come. Specialty coffee is a coffee that respects terroir. Terroir for me is a big word that has many factors, like the protection of the soil, the sustainability of and also the respect of the environment surrounding the coffee, and also all the interaction with the humans behind the production of that.
I think the coffee industry is in danger. There are many challenges that we have, as I mentioned before. And if we want to keep it moving forward, we need to be more sustainable. And if we want to be more sustainable, coffee needs to be respected a bit more as the drink it is. It needs to be on par with other drinks. We need to show the people what the value of coffee really is, how hard it is to grow the coffee, how good it can, rewarding it can be to drink the coffee, and all the work that has gone from growing it, roasting it, and then the barista brewing it. There's a lot of things that go into it, and they need to be valued if people want to justify the price that they're going to be paying for it.
My name is Hunter Tedman. I am an agronomist in Panama. I am the manager of Hacienda Barbara Farms, and also I'm the owner of Black Moon Farm, which is a regenerative coffee farming project that we have. I think this time now the coffee industry is at a complicated moment, but I think it's a great opportunity for the coffee market. We're reaching what would be a fair price for coffee in general. What would be fair, and this depends on the country, I probably shouldn't say numbers, but yes, cost of production, which is whatever you do on the farm to be able to produce a kilo of coffee. Also, sometimes as farmers, we don't include investments. That should be a part of that cost of production. Sometimes we don't do it because we don't invest. The price doesn't allow us to invest or renovate plantations. So a fair price has to include cost of production, cost of investments, and cost of improvements in other areas, plus a profit. What other areas? The environment, the social factor, your workers. You have to be able to provide good health programs for your workers, good salaries, not just the minimum wage. You want to pay more. You want to be, their kids to go to school, to have proper housing, and that farmers usually is not included because you cannot do it with the current price. And that's where we have to decide what is the fair price, because there's the scenario where I can produce cheap coffee. So the cost of production part, I can do it lower. But at what cost? I need to use herbicides, intensive use of fertilizer, intensive use of pesticides, no shade. So I can say, well, I'm profitable because I have a low cost of production. You're paying me enough money that I can, have my workers okay, everything. But you're not sustainable because you can run that mile for some time, but eventually something is going to break. The soil is going to collapse, the environment is going to collapse. So it's not really sustainable. Countries that are very efficient in producing large volumes of coffee per hectare or per acre, however you want to see it, at a low price, have been really successful. But then suddenly, the weather changes a little bit, boom, the castle collapses. But it's also a great opportunity because I think that for the first time, the end consumer, either in the supermarket or in the coffee shop, is going to have to pay this high price. Why I say they have to? Because now it's not just some roaster trying to be fair with the farmer or some trader trying to do the right thing and then convincing the end consumer to pay for that. This time there is no cheap coffee around. All coffee is expensive. Right now we have the great opportunity as a consumer also to start drinking specialty coffee because now it's at the same price as cheap bad coffee. So it's a good time to experiment.
This is what we call elixir brew. This is nothing more than ground coffee and water. But it doesn't look like coffee and it doesn't taste like coffee. So when you try it, you're gonna say, this guy's doing something he's not telling me. But I'm not gonna lie to you, this is just water and ground coffee. The reason it looks like that and it tastes different is because we buy zero mineral water and then modify the mineral content of that water to a specific amount, and we leave it to a temperature that is right below it before it freezes, and we leave it there for plus 26 hours.
Smells good, bon.
Ah oui.
On dirait qu'il y a l'alcool aussi.
Alcohol is just coffee and water. So, and here some mucilage from SL28 varietal coffee.
It's like a cold brew but non-developed. Really? More fruity.
And this is mucilage in a cup.
This is full mucilage.
Only mucilage.
You know, every time I go into coffee farms, of course we eat cherries, and I say, how could we have this in Paris?
The same thing happened to me. It's like every time you're in that farm, how can these get lost?
So beautiful.
Yes. Right. A producer of El Salvador tried this and started crying because he never had this experience. And he said, for the first time in 5 generations, I understand why my coffee tastes like fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is super laborioso. It's so beautiful, right?
Wow. Oh, acidity coming out.
Yeah.
Smells the pears. Wow. Wow.
Reminds me a little bit of green apple.
Terra and Granny Smith.
Yes.
It's Malik.
Very Malik. Coffee mucilage in a cup.
Hello, my name is Pierre de Chanterac. I'm head of coffee and quality here at Terre de Café. It's been 7 years now that I'm working in the company. I chose to work in specialty coffee because of coffee by itself, the taste that it delivers, the sensory excitement that it brings to me, but also the ability that I have to share this with other people and especially customers. My job is to do hospitality, so to welcome people and to pass them the journey of specialty coffee from the field to the cup and try to embrace what specialty coffee is, which is a special way to do things, a very unusual cup that carries flavors that make us move. And so this is what we want to share every day with every customer. The specialty coffee scene in Paris and in France has changed a lot. Especially we see from the customers that we have, people are way more aware of what specialty coffee is. Also the relationships that we have with the partners and especially the coffee producers gets more and more close and more bold. We are becoming a business of relationships, and I like this very much as this is what we strive for. We strive for equity between the coffee producers and in general between the producing countries and the consuming countries. And specialty coffee is at the core of this as we add value to this low-grade coffee consumption. We add value by focusing on quality and focusing on high prices. This has changed a lot as we now work with coffee producers who allow us very small volumes because they are so prized that everyone wants to work with them. So many things have changed in this industry, but we try like every day to make it change for the better.
Hello, I am Pocho Gallardo from Finca Nubo, Panama. It's important to me to come visit customers because then I can make a better relationship with them. Like I know them in their own environment, you know? Like I can share with them some time, know their coffee shop, share some coffee in here, and also it's nice to just hang around not only in Panama, but also in coffee shop. If you call Panama origin, then coffee shop will be destiny. So meet the customer in destiny. That's what I wanna do.
My name is Wilford Lamastus from the Lamastus Family Estates. I am the manager of all the Lamastus family activities, farms, export roasting coffee shop. I was born in a coffee farm. My father, my mother were born in coffee farms. Okay? So it's for me, it's like life. It's a life. It's not only producing coffee and having good coffee, but it's my life, my livelihood. Geisha came along in the first couple of years. It was US, a bit of Europe, but when the Asians found out that there was a flavor, a unique flavor based on their capability of tasting, because they have tasted tea for 2,000 years. All they drink from when they are kids is tea, and they have different type of teas, different tastes, and the geisha might be similar to one of those tastes. So Asia is the one who has developed the best. But nevertheless, if a European tastes a good coffee and they like it, and they like to share it with their friends or an American or whoever, whatever you're from Panama. In Panama we have many coffee shops. Even here in Boquete we have many coffee shops. People enjoy the good things. People enjoy traveling, people enjoy good food, people enjoy Michelin-star restaurant, people enjoy very good tasting coffee.
La responsabilidad del tostador para con nosotros es continuar el arduo trabajo que nosotros traemos desde la semilla para poder llevar él al consumidor final esa taza bien preparada, porque nosotros traemos ese cuidado desde la semilla y necesitamos que al consumidor final le lleve con el mismo esmero, con la misma delicadeza.
La responsabilité du consommateur, c'est peut-être la plus dure de toutes, parce que le consommateur, c'est la grande masse, c'est tout le monde, tu vois. Et c'est très difficile d'être sensible, parce qu'aujourd'hui, on achète tout par les yeux. Quand on va au supermarché, on achète quelque chose, mais on ne sait pas ce qu'il y a dedans, tu vois, parce qu'on achète par les yeux. Alors on a perdu l'essence, on a perdu l'olfato, on a perdu le taste. Et comme je vous avais dit avant, pour moi, le consommateur, c'est l'unique personne qui est responsable de la révolution, de retourner à valoriser l'agriculture. Les grandes corporations, elles s'en foutent, elles veulent nous tenir en bas. Et le consommateur, il peut faire ce change. Alors il va dire, non, moi je ne veux pas prendre ce café qui est mal torréfié, qui n'a pas d'origine, qui n'a pas de traçabilité. C'est lui qui finalement va faire la révolution. Mais c'est une question culturelle, mais aussi de sensibilité, je pense. C'est une question de sensibilité vers la nature. Protéger la planète, boire du bon café. C'est la même chose.
I would say that from our perspective, or my perspective as a producer of ultra-premium coffees, don't be scared to try these coffees. They're very approachable. We would encourage you to give them a try. They may be expensive from place to place, but I think it'll be worth your time. Coffee has taken on a new life and an evolution in a very exciting direction. And the future for coffee is bright. But we have to recognize the problems that we're facing, not just as producers, but also consumers.
Le commerce du café ne peut être qu'un circuit court. Un circuit court, c'est pas plus d'un intermédiaire entre le producteur et le consommateur. Le torréfacteur de café de spécialité doit remplir cette fonction. Il doit être le lien entre le consommateur et le terroir, entre le producteur et son terroir. C'est sa fonction. Le défi qui nous attend ces prochaines années, maintenant que le café de spécialité devient un marché international, ce sera de savoir valoriser le café à sa juste valeur auprès des consommateurs. L'enjeu, c'est de bien faire comprendre aux consommateurs que pour quelques centimes de plus dans sa tasse de café, ils participent déjà à l'aventure du goût du café qu'on est en train de redécouvrir, mais surtout à la durabilité de la filière, à sa permanence. Seule cette permanence de la filière va garantir le fait que le café restera une boisson populaire. Si on continue dans les méthodes agricoles actuelles, il n'y aura plus de café dans 30 ou 40 ans. Il y aura toujours un petit peu, mais ce sera réservé aux gens très riches. Accepter de mettre quelques centimes de plus dans sa tasse de café, c'est peut-être accepter d'en boire moins. Le café est une boisson sociale, c'est énergisant, mais avant tout, c'est bon. Se procurer 2 moments de plaisir par jour, je pense que c'est comme ça qu'il faut qu'on entrevoie la consommation du café à l'avenir.
Ce que j'attends de mon client torréfacteur, c'est que comme on est une chaîne de travail, on n'est pas séparés. La communauté est complète, tu vois, du producteur, du torréfacteur, le barista et le consommateur responsable. C'est que chacun de nous fasse un travail le mieux possible avec le cœur, tu vois. Parce qu'il y a beaucoup de personnes qui torréfient avec un programme et ne regardent même pas ce qui se passe. Moi, je voudrais que cette interaction soit toujours humaine et organique. Ça, c'est peut-être une aspiration que j'ai. Et le service, le barista aussi, il doit parler de la finca, de l'origine, du procès. Ce n'est pas seulement un service mécanique et robotique, tu vois. Il doit y avoir une conscience créée pour que le consommateur, qui est la seule personne qui va changer l'industrie, ait une réaction et un respect pour le café. Parce que le café, ce n'est pas une drogue, c'est une médecine.
Aujourd'hui, la filière en amont, c'est-à-dire la production, l'importation, jusqu'à la torréfaction, je considère qu'elle est prête à changer un peu les bases de la consommation. On sait produire de manière très qualitative et de manière durable et résiliente à l'origine. On sait soigner le transport du café. On sait bien le torréfier. On sait bien le servir dans les établissements de café de spécialité. Il faut qu'on emmène là-dedans le consommateur. Il est la solution à un changement de la filière dans son ensemble.